which affects everything you're overseeing. And the headlines here are major cuts. Like, we're going to put this up on the screen here to give people sort of what the billions level is. But you're talking about the $600 billion over a decade-long plan. And most importantly, CBO scored this actually just today. 7 million people could be basically forced off insurance. And take a look at, say, a MAGA Republican like Josh Hawley. He is looking at this right now and saying that slashing health insurance for the working poor is, he says, morally wrong and politically suicidal. He says the Trump coalition, which of course you're a part of, he just appointed you, was not pulling the lever for Medicaid cuts. Is this plan fair, or is it immoral, as Hawley says? Does it go too far? Does it risk you overseeing a system that if the Republicans get their way, you're going to be pushing a lot of people off health insurance right now?
All right, let's get the fundamentals straight on this. In every scenario that I have seen, we are increasing payments on Medicaid. We're just not increasing it as much as it could be increased under other scenarios. When you talk about people being uninsured, that's a major focus of mine. Now, these numbers are all over the place, but let's just put some high-level thoughts. And
I'll let you finish, but those are nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office numbers that I quoted.
There are, and there are other numbers that are coming out as well. But I'm going to give you, let's do a little thought experiment. There are roughly 14 to 15 million able-bodied individuals who are getting Medicaid under the expanded population. And they're the ones where there's a work requirement. In other words, the House is saying you have to prove that you're trying to work or take care of a family member or volunteer or get educated. Do something, even for a few hours a week, to show you're trying to help yourself, that you have some agency for the future. If you're not willing to do that, just that little bit of effort, should you keep your insurance? If you're on the SNAP programs, food stamps, you're required to show an effort to work or to take care of family or get educated, volunteer, do something to participate in society. That's an 80-20 polling opportunity. The vast majority of people watching the show right now.
But the counter, Doctor, would be, how are communities better off if those folks, whatever problems they're facing, are then uninsured and go through something I know you've talked about in your career, which is how much costlier it is to deal with it after the fact when problems are building because they're off insurance. So I guess help it make sense. Why would it be better to have those people completely off insurance?
Oh, I want everyone on insurance. Remember, most people, when they're offered the opportunity of free insurance, if they just show up for a job or even apply for a job, they're going to try to get a job. A few people don't. The question, and that's why I'm curious about these numbers, why would you not take that offer? If you're sitting at home watching Ari's show right now, and, folks are out there trying to figure out whether they're for or against this, if I told you that a member of your family, all they had to do was call up and try to get a job, and they get to keep their health insurance, and they won't even do that. Is that really fair to the American taxpayer? There's another part of this, Ari. We don't have enough providers. We have expanded Medicaid so widely now, given it to so many people, that the folks who it was originally designed for, the young, the old, folks who are living in the shadows of life, as Hubert Humphrey said, who are having disabilities and who therefore have a difficult time to try to have a full-time job. They're not able to get care because so many other people are crowding into the systems. Having insurance is not the same thing as having health care.
Yep, I hear you on all of that.